What's going on, traders? You guys want to get on here and share the trading day with you. During here in the power hour, basically been sitting on this trade all morning. If you caught the previous New York session, had okay success. We'll start off with a kind of a recap of where we're at in the P&L. So up $391 between these two accounts. But we're sitting in a really good position. I have a take profit set pretty decently far away here. Let's get a bird's eye view. Let's get everything chart wise looking nice. Just, came home from a walk, and so trying to get everything so it makes some sort of sense. So these were the charts we had going earlier today. Let me switch these around. Okay, so from where we're at, from this position, this is going to be like a 400 tick move to the upside. NASDAQ's been pretty much a bull market, hitting record highs, week after week, month after month for the recent past. And so we had a high. We'll go kind of on a deep sea dive here. Let's go on the daily for the past. Okay, so you can see since November, we'll just say since November, we've been rocketing to new highs. It was pretty reliable that you buy the dips, and it was really bullish, and that lasted until this last high over here at 18,711. I don't know if that's a weird psychological number or what the heck, but it hit that high, started consolidating, and then faced with a break of structure to the downside, which it's taken a little bit of time to start trusting that the shorts are out of power, and we've hit a bottom. It was pretty definitive on this level, for me at least, that the bottom has been kind of found. And after we've now broken through this high, we've been consolidating. Really good look for a bullish setup here for this trade is what my thoughts were. So when it tanked this morning, we'll go on the 5-minute chart. So when it tanked this morning, I felt pretty confident in buying down here at the bottom of this range. It's starting to show a lot of positive momentum to this upside. This high is the highest it's been in a long time for me. Breaking out of that downtrend, this move right here has breakout potential, and there's no way at this point, I feel like, that high doesn't get challenged here during the power hour. So as far as what we got going on the screen here, we have two contracts, one from each account, and we'll move these around again. Kind of want a cleaner chart for the power hour and just what's going on, because I want to capture this move pretty cleanly on the stream here. Oops, this is another account. Same thing, it's up pretty big. This is a Darwin X account. Oops, what in the fuck am I doing here? Sorry for the potty mouth, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. let me see how that's looking. I think that's a pretty good visual, from what I can tell from the screen. So we'll see what it does. We're going to keep holding through the power hour here. I'm working at becoming more disciplined about holding trades, which can be intense. Because when you're faced with losses, but when you're also faced with good wins, you got to hold the good ones. And in doing so, you face a lot of emotions that come up that might, get you to bail and cut your loss, even when you could have just held through it. I was just talking to my wife about that. That's what makes trading somewhat challenging, is if you don't train yourself to think in percentages and work a scale model, and these numbers can really trigger a unconsciousness and and once that unconsciousness starts, you can start just going full tilt, just freaking out, becoming hysterical, making really erratic, bad decisions. And this kind of way I'm starting to evolve into kind of this style is just really thinking in terms of markets and and what people in here are actually trying to do. Everybody in here is trying to catch that big breakout and everything else. I feel like buying it down here when it's the scariest, I feel like that's actually the less risky thing to do than go for the breakout, because I was trying to catch every breakout, and statistically it was only maybe 30% actually getting them on. But in doing it this way, I actually hope that the person that buys these two contracts, I actually have those other positions. I got stuff going on, but I hope for the person that buys it, it's an awesome Friday ticket. I hope they get another couple hundred points out of it. I'm not gonna feel like I got screwed. You know what I mean? Again, that's the scarcity thinking talking, and so I feel like part of abundance thinking is in actually hoping you're in the current of wins, helping other people win and not cursing things and cursing yourself and living in fear and being afraid of everything. But these numbers hopefully will get pretty big. Hopefully it's a pretty exciting stream. That's my hope, at least. I hope this is the one that has that new for Friday, catch a new breakout to a high. I don't know. Thing with NASDAQ is once this thing is really starting to move, it can move. Fast, and it will shock you. Holy shit! I didn't realize that was even possible, that it could just move like that. Literally, we could be sitting here, and in a matter of 2 seconds, it could be to our take profit. Literally anything could happen, and that's what makes it exciting. Is the unknown factor of anything being possible. A lot of times people get obsessed with the negative, anything could happen. You could lose your life savings, you can lose your retirement, you can lose this, and getting into fear of loss, which is the wrong frame. It's that exists, and that exists when we become unconscious and not using our logic and reason and our problem solving abilities, not to just become a button pushing monkey, just throwing money out the window. That's not what we're doing. I still have the sound effects from earlier kind of geared up for people who haven't caught the stream before. That was a new addition. I was actually really excited to try it out this morning. I listened to it on playback, and I thought the levels were okay. They weren't too out of balance with the rest of the audio. Yesterday, hitting 100-point take profit during the power hour. It took, I think, 50 minutes. I was holding that trade, and like in that, I think the first half I was substantially in drawdown. And I think it was like 300, maybe even maxing out of almost $400 of drawdown. For what I'm trading, I'm using stop losses, typically 30 point-ish to get 100 points. Try to get those 3 to 1s. Yeah, the importance of thinking in scale models and kind of referencing the charts, and it's more about understanding kind of the way it's actually just kind of moving and what's normal for in terms of points and percentages. That makes sense. Yeah, because if you were on $1,000 account right now, we'd be up $6.45 and $4.55. It's like $10. But since we're on a 100K account, it's leveled up, so now it's like $1,000. But if you can get used to the idea of like, oh, this trade is weighted and feels like $10, it's helpful because then you're not becoming fixated on, well, that time when I was working for money, I used to work fucking all week for $1,000, and I'm staring at it. And instead of just like grabbing it and thinking this is the only opportunity I'm ever going to have, scarcity, it's more about recognizing the game of it. And it's like, yeah, that exists, but well, what if you were on $1 million account? You'd be up, what, 10K? That's the cool thing about trading is it's scalable like that. You just be a bigger order size or whatever. Where instead of one contract going, I'd have 10. So I kind of don't understand. I get that there's a lot of traders that are doing the 50K challenge at Apex and doing like 20 of them for like $1 million account size, but it's like, why don't you just do 10 100Ks? I was the reason I say that is because isn't that a lot of activation fees? If you were to activate 20 of them versus 10, I don't know how that math works, but it seems like just that many accounts would be kind of a pain in the ass just from a management standpoint. Not so much but then I've heard people say that somehow it's a benefit for the payouts, which maybe I'm not understanding that because I'm not at that level yet. I'm still working to get payouts. This is a trading journey for all of us. I have been funded at Apex, which is the evaluations that we're doing now. These are Apex evaluations. I have a discount code in the description. I think is 80% off, so you can get a 100K account for $40. If you fail at it, it's only $40 to reactivate it. But if you pass it, then you get funded and you can trade with real money, and then the money becomes withdrawable, and you can request withdrawals and all out. Yeah, the other intense part, you know, about like trading is just sometimes you can level up too fast almost, and then be really confused about whether or not how it's going, if that makes sense. You know, so it's like if you get used to trading on like $1,000 account of like real capital, like your own or something, and you get used to like being up $10 or whatever, or more importantly, when you're in the drawdown or whatever, where it's like, oh, I was down like on a $3 on a drawdown versus like 300. 300 could feel like, oh shit, what am I doing? But when you think in like scale models, then it makes it easier to not be freaking out and getting like overly emotional about what's going on. I'm looking forward to using a sound effect in particular for people that haven't seen the stream before. I'll actually keep it a surprise. I couldn't keep it a surprise last time because I thought it was really funny, but I'm excited to push it. And kind of the way I am viewing the market here. Yeah, this is the first breakout zone. So, you know, if you were to like chicken out and want to not hold this trade to this take profit, and at this first sign of well, we had a double top, higher low, and then it's like, oh, what's going on here? Are we getting ready to not break through, or what's going on? You know, this is a spawn. I mean, I have a little bit of a thought right now of like taking profit, but I just feel like there's no fucking way that this high is just gonna go unchallenged. Like, are you serious? On NASDAQ? On a Friday? What are we gonna just drop a couple hundred more points, or are we gonna go for this obvious? Let's make money today. Why wouldn't you? Look at that, catch this freaking breakout. I mean, if I'm not gonna be disciplined, I just take this thing off and just write it up there with everybody else. But like, I'm going to try to actually trade in a way that's like not trying to get every dime out of a trade, but leave room for others to make money too. I think that's a good energy to operate from. You know, instead of like doing anything out of like a fear response, this 15-minute candle just closed. Let's take a look at it. Oh my gosh, let's clean this chart up. I can't stand that. That was instantly triggering for me. Let's get rid of all this crap. I'm on a different page here. I'm a different person than I was when I made this chart. What is this scaling? What is going on? Ay, ay, ay. Why is this scaling still seems off? What is it? Let's shut her down. Shut this down. What is that? Jeez. There it looks non-distorted. What is that about? Yeah, so the 15 looks good. It looks really bullish. Really bullish to me. Things are going to get real fervent once this line is crossed. The 18,263. This is double top. It's getting ready to get challenged right now. Jump chat, see if anybody's in here. I hope that didn't just screw up the stream, is accidentally moving that around. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, the channel's still pretty new. Try to be mindful of people joining the chat. Hopefully make a network of like-minded traders on some level. That kind of trading can kind of be isolating on some level because of what you're doing, and not a lot of people are doing it, and it's kind of game-like, and it's easy to kind of just like vibe with like-minded people. Stop clicking that button. I was almost getting ready to pull the sound effect. I'll be more patient. I'll wait for this thing to bust through this level.
Look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that?
It was a little premature, but I couldn't help myself. That guy is funny. You can type into YouTube, "Would you look at that?" He's got a whole bunch of those skits. Oh, we're gonna get a breakout. If I was going full tilt, I would probably put another contract in about right now. Whenever this thing kind of finds the bottom here. I might even do that right now, actually. I don't know. I should be more disciplined now. I'm gonna resist that urge. I would like to catch that first breakout, because I feel like once it breaks out of that first level, it'll just race up there. That wick got freaking blasted up there pretty quick. Seems like a lot of buyers would just want to snap at this one. I know I kind of did. I hesitated. I feel like because I hesitated, that opportunity passed. But that's okay. Everything happens for a reason here. Sometimes the reason is being indecisive and slow. We have 22 minutes of the power hour. 3:22. 22 minutes into the power hour. Let's learn how to speak. I really want to catch this huge trade on this stream, just for the energy then too that it's going to put out into creation. I think it would be awesome for the benefit of others to see a big trade. Oh shit. Oh shit. Here we go. Buckle up, boys. Maybe that'll be the next soundbite. Buckle up. What's the what is it? YouTube or Rumble? I don't know. Buckle up. Nothing's really standing out as like a funny movie bit or something, you know. It's I really appreciate humor and funny comedians and funny bits and everything. All the shit going on in the world is so serious all the time. It's exhausting dealing with people that are so serious all the time. Didn't you hear, Mike? We're on the brink of everything going to crap, and didn't you know, Mike? Everything is just not as good as it used to be. It's not the 1950s anymore. Some people just need a time machine. Yeah, that move there. It's freaking freezing in this room. I feel like I'm shivering. It's not even that cold outside. I went on that walk in like a hoodie. What do I do with it? That's a little better. This is like a work jacket. Hopefully it's not got a big paint stain somewhere. I don't think I see nothing on it. It's okay. Could be a fashionable look. I think I like influenced creation on some level, with the dirty ass jeans with holes in them and stains. It's being like fashionable. You're welcome. What's the math on the P&L here? Eights were always the hardest math to add. 8 plus 6. 1400. Why they don't teach math that is just basic mental math for general numbers. I've had to force myself to do that through like doing estimates. At first, when I was doing estimates, I would like give people a price just like right there, then and there, just be like $500, $1,000, whatever, and like but the problem, I start adding up how many hours I think it would take, so I'd like multiply, the hours by the rate, and then I'd get confused, and it's like, why am I not good at doing this? I ended up getting better and better at it, but it was something that had to be developed. It was not something that carried over from high school and college. In college, I took the dumbest, hardest math for no reason. It's like, that was like calculus, trig, or pre-calculus. It's the one like everybody has to take, basically. The class had like hundreds of people in it, and like I felt like I went into a foreign language class. It's like everything has to be done through a TI-83 calculator, and you're just doing these seemingly just. One of the things that stands out, for example, is like, a 5-ton blue whale with a heart that it weighs 18 pounds, and how long does it take to have blood completely circulate through his body? It's like, who gives a shit? It's like, what kind of math? Who's doing this kind of math every day besides a veterinarian or something? But it's like that same kind of stuff. It's like, you have a rocket that's going this high, and there's this windy, and there's this and that, and it's like, where did it land? It's like, okay. But like actually doing mental math of like, how much is 765 plus 570 off the top of my head? Could have a calculator up here, I guess, but it'd be so much better just to be like almost like a calculator in your own head. Almost halfway through the power hour. T-minus 48 seconds. We're creeping up there. The 15 is bullish as shit. Look at that. That break of structure there, break of those highs on the 15-minute. We got that candle closing in 8 seconds. That's closing really bullish. A big green, new high, 15-minute. A lot of people waiting for that candle to close. Yeah, waiting to get in on it. So maybe the buying opportunity for me. I mean, a new 15-minute low, higher low. Yeah, it's really exciting for people that are new to like trading NASDAQ when it breaks out and starts really. It's almost like Bitcoin is kind of like that. If you trade Bitcoin, day trade it. I'm more just like invested in Bitcoin. Yeah, mainly because I like the people on like Twitter are so fervent for it, and like I think it's like funny watching them get so pumped. But like I've day traded that too, and it can be, you can catch big moves up and down. A lot of times I traded it. Most of the big moves I caught were actually shorts. But you know, if you get too comfortable shorting Bitcoin, you will get fucked big time. You better have a stop loss, because once that thing just starts racing, boy oh boy. I tried to short the most recent high actually, when it's up in the 70s. Fidelity, I couldn't figure out how to short it for some reason. It might have been because it wasn't a margin account. I didn't like having a margin account. I had a bunch trying to trade like penny stocks and stuff with the PDT rule is why I got into futures. I actually got into Forex because of the PDT rule, the pattern day trader rule, which basically said you can't have more than 5 day trades in a rolling week. And if you did, you'd have to have 25K in your account. Well, just getting started in trading and everything, I didn't have that kind of. For one, even if I did have that, you know, to invest into a day trade account for a beginning, never done it before. Thank God that I didn't go that route, because that would have been gone. But I ended up getting into Forex because I could buy and sell unlimited amounts without having to deal with the pattern day trader rule. But when I was trying to work around it with a margin account, I have this. I'll show you. I have this whole thing. Like, I don't know if you can see. But so I wouldn't get the days confused of when I put a trade in. Like if I put it in the before the close, then I could close it in the morning, and it wouldn't necessarily go against the. It wouldn't count as a day trade if I did it at night and then did it in the following market open. And so I've had them all wrote down on that board to keep track of how many rolling days. It's just a pain in the ass. And then at the same time, I kept getting. I wasn't understanding purchasing power, I guess, versus margin and leverage. The whole thing was confusing to me. I started getting margin called. I started getting all of these violations and good faith violations, and I almost did violate the pattern day trader rule on accident. I got a margin call for that, and thank God, like Fidelity, whoever I was talking with, ended up kind of giving me a little grace actually, and getting me out of the hole that happened. But yeah, it was keeping an eye on what's going on here. But like yeah, it was just a pain in the ass to try to trade like that. And so that's what got me into Forex, which then got me into prop firms, which then there's all these dramas with United States traders and prop firms. And so you're dealing with overseas things that there's no real recourse if they go squirrely. And so futures sounded a lot more desirable to me, which that led me to Apex and Top Step, which here we are.
Look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that?
I need to get that as a hotkey somehow, so I don't have to adjust this. So I don't have to adjust the screen here. Yeah, I think there's like a misconception I used to have about trading where I thought it was a lot more like math. Yeah, but a lot of the math I do is just really basic, measuring using the ruler. You know, some people use the different like VWAP. VWAP is like, it seems pretty standard, but Quantower to get VWAP you have to have an upgraded license. And I didn't get traded. I don't really like these indicators anyway because they feel like they lag too much, and they give a false perception. They fuck with my faith of what the market's doing based on the price action. I'm not buying the short at the moment. I get this is not looking good. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like 20 minutes of red candles and dojis. But I just can't see how this is not going to go unchallenged, this freaking high. After being so bullish, the reason that thing even started was because of a news thing. It was a news catalyst that brought this momentum down. Oh shit, here we go, 30 seconds. Yeah, so it's like a news catalyst after just hitting a new high that hasn't been this high in I don't know, in recent past weeks, days, I don't know, past. It's not the present. I mean, that's what happened today. You're going to tell me the same traders that trade this shit every single day don't want to catch this huge breakout on a Friday? It doesn't make any sense to me. And we just had a new little high. Oh. Just means the scaling looked bad there. Okay, I think that scaling looks better. Let's see if this low is going to be above this previous one. Jump to the chat, see if anybody's joined. Doesn't look like it. Sometimes I'll see people have just been here but not participating in the chat. You know, I appreciate people that just lurk too. The lurkers. Almost 3 minutes left to the power, to the 15-minute candle on the power hour here, till it closes. And so I'm kind of getting that high. It got pushed down. Now it's getting pushed back up. That high is even lower than the previous high, which might be the last confluence for more traders to maybe think we're challenging that upper bit. This guy up here. I mean, I can't imagine there's much more orders stacked above this zone. Yeah, so if you think in terms of stop loss placement, yeah, so if you caught this short this morning and you didn't take profit and you've just been holding and you're still holding, you know, there's a threshold that you can only hold it for so long before you get squeezed out and just want to close the order. But you know, how many people took shorts like right now? So you got shorts going on now. That puts stop loss here. Probably take profit somewhere to this low. But let's see what that looks like. So I think the 15-minute candle closes right here. So this might be the final move before the move either for the move up. We got 12 seconds left of that. And we didn't get a lower low. Now it just closed higher than the previous low. Tempted to take a buy. I'm going to. Mainly because that new lower low on the 15-minute is higher than the previous. We get a breakout from that high. We have some orders to get through up here, but then after that, it should be a straight shot to the upside. But we just have to be patient and take the hands off the wheel. We're basically looking at 3 contracts on here. There's like fear that it'll drop down and it'll be a losing trade and go from being that much in profit to, losing. But the reality is, the only thing really was lost is time, energy on some level. But I feel like even doing this, it hasn't been wasted. And that's the nice thing about prop accounts. It's just like, I look at a lot of that stuff as just mental resistance. Stuff to overcome and let go. It seems like obvious to me. It's like when the crowd is the most fearful or whatever, it's like try to do the opposite. When it looks the scariest time to buy, then that's the bottom of the range. A lot of people just have money just sitting in NASDAQ as part of a 401k. Ooh, what the heck? No, get out of here. What are you doing? Trying to get a product placement in this live stream? How dare you? Let's see what the bigger time's doing. We're just going to keep holding us. We got 10 minutes left of the power hour. Hopefully that was just the fuel to go higher. The fears that come in are, oh, you know, what if I just lose all that big profit? What if worst case scenario happens? That really gets you out of the right frame of mind. You should be focusing on the desirable, not the undesirable, for one. Like, what are you gonna do when a big win is captured on a live stream for others to see? It'll be exciting. It'll be like landing a freaking trick on a skateboard, landing a big set of stairs, capturing it on camera. Yay. Looks like we got some food. I don't know if I'll eat it eat it on camera in the microphone. Trading reminds me a lot of fishing. In the sense that sometimes you can get a bite and lose the fish, or you get a big ass fish on the line and then the line snaps, or the hook comes out of its mouth, or you get hung up on a log, or name the problem that could happen. Your reel starts getting all the line starts getting tangled and you can't reel it in right, and you had to do it barehanded. And there was one time I was like fishing in the river in town where I live with my wife, and I didn't realize we had snapping turtles like this where I live in Indiana, but I caught one on accident. I thought it was like a log, and as I was reeling it in, I was like trying to, this river has a lot of sticks, and like the water's muddy and murky, and like basically if you are too, if you don't have like something blocking the hook, it's really easy for it to get snagged on stuff. And so basically I'm just like reeling it in kind of fast because I seen like branches and stuff floating in the water. And yeah, I thought it was a fish at first, or a log. I didn't know what it was, but yeah, I felt like I got hung up on something. And as I'm sitting there reeling it in, next thing you know, this big shell just pops out of the water, and I had like snagged it by its tail, and like yeah, I snagged it by the tail, and it was a big gigantic snapping turtle about the size of a steering wheel, and like yeah, that was an intense situation, actually. I've had a lot of intense situations actually fishing. There's something to be said about being out in nature and being around creation like that. I like to go without my phone even, and kind of wander into like secluded places that are kind of borderline dangerous to get to.
Look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that?
That was kind of a big move right there for our position. See it blast through these last little bit of stop losses, where these people were getting squeezed on a short and be on the races to up here for the big freaking 5 minutes till close money shot. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants this breakout. There ain't anybody in here that don't want this. Up to about almost $2,000. Break out of the new highs. What time is the market close today? It's Friday. They close at 5? I'm gonna have to do a quick Google search here, make sure I don't have a buzzer beater. Been sitting in this trade for like most of the day. I've been adding to it. My phone is like, I don't know, my fingers are cold. It's not being very responsive here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm assuming because there's gray over here, and that's 5 o'clock. I had the same issue yesterday, but with tops, that had to do with top step. Couldn't remember. Oh crap! Speaking of that, I do have a trade with top step going. That's like another fear of loss situation going on within me. Why I can't just be at peace right now. I don't. It'll close the trade automatically, I think. Whatever. We're gonna ride through this. We'll ride it to the buzzer. See what it does. Once it clears this box, it should shoot up pretty aggressively. We'll find out in 24 seconds whether or not we're stuck in this position or what's going to go on. Hopefully we're not. It wasn't yesterday, but yesterday was not the end of the week. I normally don't trade well, 4 o'clock came and went. I guess we're going to be squared away till 5 o'clock. I almost want to get another contract in on the other account too and have 4 contracts going. I'm going to try to resist that though. Not because I don't think it's going to go up there. It's just when you combine those accounts, that's 200K. And 3 contracts on a 200K is plenty. Again, the fear is that, oh, it's going to blast down, you're going to lose all this profit, oh, those contracts are going to go away, and all that. But it's like, that just peaked a new breakout. It's like, yeah, that's not great, big kind of doji. But still, I mean, it's Friday, folks. This is the weekend. We ain't gonna be able to trade for 2 more days. You have to wait 48 hours. Don't you want to know before Monday whether or not this thing is what this thing's doing? It's gonna keep dropping. This unchallenged high. I don't know. I'm just kind of working on my discipline of just holding through the fears and not just being reactive. This 5-minute candle is about to close. Yeah, you almost have to retrain your mind to see down things like that as buying opportunities versus selling opportunities. But if you're thinking, oh, it's going to sell down to those levels, that's one thing. But it can be really triggering on like the 1-minute chart. When you see a quick move down to just unconsciously just click sell like you're missing out. So that just closed the 5-minute. Not even a double bottom. Slightly above that previous low. So you got a new high, a new low that's slightly higher than that double bottom that was previously. So I would look at those as confluences that would like make my bullishness, like that would justify it. And why I don't close the trade right now and just call it a day and call it a Friday. Mike, you're up like almost $1,000. Why don't you just... And it's like, but we're doing this for the love of trading. And we have an order that is sitting here, which makes a lot of sense, to me at least. It feels like it's an awesome order for somebody to catch this breakout. But I'm starting to... I wonder what the volume is in here. What is the button to... Oh, the... I don't know what any of this shit is. Whatever. So the 15-minute, the low closed higher than the previous 15-minute low. Closed higher than the previous 15-minute high. These wicks are just kind of just petering out. You know, the difference between the high and the low is getting smaller. It makes me wonder if people are saying fuck it and just calling it a weekend. Let's give it one more opportunity to race up there. Just because of those confluences. And we'll stay strong in our game plan for the stream here. Like I said, I've been sitting on this trade since 11-ish. You know, it was like not that first one. I think I got into it. I don't know where I got into it. A while ago. Long enough to go on a walk and tittle around and come back. Can't resist the... Is this a milkshake? I don't know what this is. I don't even know what flavor that is. It's good, whatever it is. Kind of looks like it's gonna pop back up. This is good, whatever it is. It was a Wendy's orange or something. I think it's orange. Yeah, I don't know what flavor that was even supposed to be. Get on the 1 minute chart, see what the hell's going on down here. So it looks like sellers couldn't push it down no more. And the only thing I just wonder about is if after this push, if enough people in here to move the needle. You know, it could be a situation where a lot of people just lying in wait. I need to get that volume. I just want to see what the okay. It's probably do or die for me. I'm about to close this trade and call her a weekend. Man, I'm just gonna close this. It's just not enough people in here anymore. I'm gonna close all them. Cancel all those. Okay. Close all them. Alright, we're just gonna call that a day and watch it go, but figure catch this guy on maybe Monday and see if we can ride this thing back up to the top. be my game plan at least. You guys can do whatever you want, but yeah. With that being said, I appreciate you checking out the stream. I was hoping for a bigger winner there, but it is what it is. That's part of trading. Let's pull up the report card here. How we do? $1,200 today, and on 2 accounts up. We had a win rate that's pretty good on one of the accounts. Not about 50-50 on the other, but still managed to squeak 765 on that. Not too bad. And then plus the top step trade that probably shut down at 4. That might have caught that big move actually. We'll see. I'll check them stats differently. I don't have everything. I don't have everything publicly going here on the stream. So with that being said, hopefully everybody has a great weekend. See you on Monday. Thanks for being with me, and God bless.